my friend, it's Pat Sloan here. It is Block Wednesday. We are on week number 2, and we're using the Jelly Roll book, which is so fun, from Fat Quarter Shop, and that is the guide. So this book has a bunch of different quilts using jelly rolls, and then we're taking, using their guideline and their layout, different blocks from the different ones, and using them for our project. So this week we have, this is the guide sheet. So you want to download this guide sheet, so each week it tells you which block, what page in the book that the block is on, and like how many you might need to, how many you need to cut, like total you need to cut, since you're not making the whole quilt. So they've given you this great guide sheet. It is just awesome. So let's look at which, oh darn, my clip came off. Just as I picked it up, my clip where I had the page. So it's page 30. So we just have to get to page 30 here real quick. Okay. And page 30, the quilt is called the Caramel Quilt. And this is all, jelly rolls are a donut. So are you a caramel or a caramel? Caramel or caramel? I'm a caramel person, but lately I've been saying caramel, and I have no idea why. I don't know why. Maybe I feel like I'm fancy. Is that fancy? So we're doing the flower part, but this particular quilt has 2 different blocks. There's this block as well, but we are not making that block. This week we're making 3 of these flower blocks from this quilt. And so many of the quilts in this book, it was like that last week, they have multiple, usually just 2 different blocks to make the quilt, which is really fun. And it's a little more, to me, it's a little bit more interesting than just the single block repeated. I'm not a single block repeat gal. I much prefer to have a little bit of variety in the quilt, but in the making of the quilt. Okay, let's take a look. What do I have? So I'm using Paradise Park, and I have 3 blocks. So I don't have any of my big boards available. I have 3 big boards. I'm using the design boards. I'm using 2 of them to kind of store things, and my 3rd one is in use. So I'm just going to hold them up. There we go. Oh, that works pretty good. Okay. So these are going to go up here, and then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about coloration, because we are using jelly rolls that have a specific number of fabrics, right? They have a specific number of fabrics, which means, it's not unlimited. Like if you're cutting from your stash, you are probably going to have a little bit more freedom of what you're picking each week. You can sort of mess around. You could maybe make it more scrappy. I just put these yellow blocks up there because I'm going to talk about those, hopefully fit it in. So there we go. So then next week will be blocks in between there. But doesn't that look great? These are very, very cool blocks. Now you could put 2 of these side by side for your door banner. Wouldn't that be darling? 2 of them. You could do like a table runner. You could do one this way and one that way and make a table runner. I think you need a border because they're kind of skinny, but you could put like a white border and then another floral border, but you could have one going either way. You could just do 4 of them for a little wall hanging. That would be super cute. So there's a lot of ways to use blocks. You don't have to use them exactly like they are in the pattern. All right, let's talk about coloration, because on my project page at my website are some colorations that you can use. I want to show you how to look at that. So let's go. Here's my website. I love to make quilts. And if you scroll down past the kind of need to know stuff, and then here is Block Wednesday Jelly Roll Sampler, where there are 2, or actually there's 3 colorations. So I first have this original coloration by the Fat Quarter Shop, which has aquas, reds, and greens. It's pretty, and peach, aqua, red, and green. So you can see if your jelly roll is kind of a peach, green, red, aqua, you can use this coloration. You've got aqua, 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 aqua. This is aqua here. In here, down the bottom row, you can see where the reds are used in each row, and then the greens, green at the top right, green stems, not so much green in the 3rd row, but the 4th row brought green in again. And that gives you a way to sort of lay out your jelly roll and where you'll be using things. If you're using my jelly roll, Paradise Park, you can just follow exactly this example if you're doing it on the white background. The same thing, I've got navies, reds, pinks, light blues, and you can see all the different placements and just follow along. The thing that looks kind of purple is actually dark navy and red. That it just came across that way in the coloration. And then here it is on the light blue background. And so this could have been, I could have done more white like I have in the checkerboard. I could have added some more white, could have had some white flowers. So you could play around, and this just gives you a way to work and have a guideline. So that will help you. So if you have jelly roll that's kind of like mine, red, white, and blue, even if you don't have a light blue or a pink, wherever, if yours is like strictly like maybe more traditional red, white, and blue, and maybe a tan for your background, you can still kind of use that coloration, because where I have light blue, you could just use all the darker blue. Where I have pink, you just use all the red. Or you could flip in, if you have a darker background or a medium tone background, you could put in some of your very lights. So that would be kind of fun as well. So remember, jelly rolls don't all come in a circle. This is how a lot of companies do flat packs, they call them. So they're folded like this. Now the other thing I have to do is the sashings on row 1. So I've got them here, got them all ready to go. And I actually meant to do them from last week to now, and I totally forgot. I actually opened the box and I thought they were together. So I just picked the first one up and went like this, and there's like one block. It's like, oh, did I sew any of them? No, did not sew any of them. So this is now staying out, is going right on top of the sewing machine, my Solaris, so that it can get done. It's like, what is that? What is that? Like in your pattern, the guideline, let me just show you this, because you have the layout. It's all there. The Fat Quarter Shop gave us all of it together. And so back here at the back, you have the layout, and you can just go and find what the, here. See, for each row, as we're doing them, and even in between, it's got everything laid out. And so you can go and cut all that. And so we can sew them as we're going along, which is, my very favorite thing in the entire world is to get them sewn as we go along. That border, the checkerboard border, at some point here, maybe next week, we'll talk a little bit about getting that started, because if we don't get it started, it's just, I don't find it exciting to sew all that at the end. I think it's just much more friendly to my brain to be sewing those borders as we go along, just to get that done. What I want you to do also is go and visit our ambassador, Kendall, my friend Kendall, who has a YouTube channel. And every week for my Block Wednesdays, he is sewing the block. So for those of you who enjoy watching the block be sewn while you are making yours, you definitely want to visit Kendall. He is very fun and lively. He is often on our morning chat. He lives in Australia, so time zone wise, sometimes it's a bit late. He doesn't make it, but he has his own YouTube channel, and he also hosts his own sew-alongs besides doing the ones with me. So there you go. Go and visit Kendall today and sign up, subscribe to his very fun YouTube channel. Okay, before we go on, I put these yellow blocks up here because I decided that while So I decided, like, while I'm making these, I just have 4 right now. And I thought, this is perfect. What I'm going to do is sew them into a 4 patch. So as I'm doing 4 blocks, I will just, every 4 blocks, I will just sew them together. So that this can be like made into 4 block units. And I think that will be very effective in making this one, because not only am I making this one, but I have other projects, like I said, about 800 in my head, that I was like, oh, I can do this while I'm making that. I can do that while I'm making that. And so these are kind of my extra on the sides, because I have this basket that I keep over here on the other side of the sewing machine, and it has the white and yellow in here. And then I can just, if I don't have something else that I can just sort of sew at the start or the end, I grab a yellow and a white and I make these. So that way, I'm actually, like I said, it feels more productive to me. I'm actually making something. I'm using my scraps. It's pretty. I've decided I want a stack of yellow and white quilts. Well, this will be the second of my yellow and white quilts. Pineapple's the first. So it just fills and ticks all those boxes for me. Speaking of sewing as we go, the other thing that I got done is I started this. I got one star. Well, I don't have the stripe. I don't have that sashing yet, but I did the star. Not only did I do that, like I said yesterday, I'm just going to do 5, and I'll do one less row and one less column. And so here we go. I have got all 5, all the parts, not the border part, but just that star and that side border cut. So everything is cut here, laid out, and I've got them in parts. I'm making the 2 at a time, like this, 4 at a time. I'm sorry, 4 at a time, sort of, you know, they're not exactly, you don't just make one seam and you have 4 flying geese, but this is a method of doing flying geese, so I'm using that method. And also, I grabbed these Tula Pink rulers because I needed to measure this particular piece here. This particular piece is bigger than a 6-inch ruler. And so I'd had this sitting with my other like main use rulers, and it is 8.5. I thought, oh, that is perfect because it's a little bit bigger than what I needed here. And I thought, there you go. There you go. It's a square. And they're cute. They got the unicorns on them. Okay, so I've got that. I've got that going, and that is my main side project. We'll see. I'm going to do those 5. Actually, I need to sew the sashing so I get one whole thing. I mean, you know, like the side parts here. So the stripes, I'll just call them the stripes. So I need to sew enough to do one full block like that and do one full block of a panel. And then who knows, I may make it even one less, you know, like 2 less of each forward and down. We'll see. We'll see how big I make it. But I've got 5 stars started, so I feel like that's a good thing. Okay, the Liberty Box. We can reveal what's in the Liberty Box. Nice, right? I know. I wrote the Fat Quarter Shop and said, when can I show that? And they're like, now. So we just showed it the day that I wrote them. So the Liberty Box is these mystery boxes. So if you have ordered and you have not seen their website yesterday, or anybody else's reveal, and you want it to be a surprise, then skip ahead. Skip ahead, my friend. Okay, I have to move this. There we go. I've kind of peeked, but didn't look at it real closely because, you know, I think it's more fun to like do it together. But I did peek a little bit. Okay. Happy July 4th for those of you who are outside of the U.S. 4th of July is our Independence Day. So that is July 4th. Okay. On the back, what do they give us? Ooh, there's a promo code for free shipping. Awesome. Because, you know, if you do a smaller order and doesn't reach the free shipping amount, you know, free shipping is in the United States. So, you know, that's a good thing. That's a fun thing. Okay, so they give you a little card. We're going to do this without looking at that because I like to just pull it out and see. Look at the little hanger. How sweet is that? I love these little hangers. And it's got the stars. Perfect. We've got a bunch of half square triangles on the rolls so that we can use those for whatever the project is that's in here. And what is this? So I don't know what this is. I still don't know what it is. I may have to look. It looks like a section. It's got a section. Is this for a ruler? Ooh, is that for a ruler? Okay, let me look. Yes, a true blue ruler handle. How cool is that? Okay, and so what do we have in here? We have what looks like a kitchen towel. How cute. How cute. All right, I gotta open it. Okay, so we've got a really cute kitchen towel. Look at that. Oh, it's big. Are we gonna sew with that or what? home of the brave, home of the brave, land of the free. Look at that. How sweet. Okay. And then we have the pattern. Let's see what the pattern is before I open any more stuff. This is so exciting. There's a little pattern to use for the hanger, a little star. And then, oh, I love this. So it's a panel. The panel with the fabric. Oh, how cute, how cute, how cute. Now, I did get a note that there was a finishing kit, which actually ran out. They made what they thought were plenty based on how much you guys usually purchase of finishing kits, and you bought them all very early. So I have today on my website a list of alternate fabrics, because here are here's what you need. So you need some white, some sort of white. Then you need this some light blue and some red for the binding. And so you might have red, but they've given me a list of alternate fabrics so that you can order. They cannot get the same blue. It's totally gone from the warehouse, and they don't reprint. So that's totally gone. But yeah, how great is that? Let me just open the panel quick for you, for those of you who haven't seen the panel in real life, because I really love panels. I'm gonna stick this up. This is gonna go in front of the Halloween. Yeah, in front of that. Look how big it is. Oh, nice. Look. So there we go. Sweet land of liberty. So, and then there's the border, the pieced border. So that is so sweet. Can you imagine making this for a baby? Even, I think it'd be cute for a baby too that's born in July. But no, I'm going to make it. And here are the fabrics. So these are the fabrics that you get. And yeah, so we got plenty of fabric here. The finishing, the blue, where is the pattern? That was a 30-yard accent, was that star. So they have some other things you can use. I guess it's for the long piece across there. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I didn't read the pattern, as you know. I just opened it. But look at the tea towel again. Look at that. Often these are like exclusive for the box. So there you go. And the ruler handle. This is just so cool. I don't think I've ever had a ruler handle. So I am going to experiment with that. Do you need to, for those of you who've used a ruler handle, do you need to wet this to put it down? Or, is there I guess the handle doesn't move or anything. It's just on there. To me, I feel like it's like stuff for the window. I need to wet it. So I'll have to see what it says for that. Okay, I had to read the directions because I'm like, there's something here because of all this handle, something has to happen. So I read the directions. You pull down on the handle like this. So now the handle is open, see that? So you got the handle open. One side, you put it where you want to hold on to it. You flip the one side back up. So now they're together and voila, it makes the suction. So that's it's not like the stuff you put on the window. This is so cool. I have never had anything like this. So you're just pulling it up. So it's got a hinge. It's got a really strong hinge right here. So you just pull it down and pull it up. There we go. So now you can hold the ruler and feel secure. Tell me for those of you who are experienced ruler handle people. Okay, last two things today is also watch day. So if you have a quilt with watches on it, of some sort of watches, here is mine. So look at that. This was a watch. This is a round robin that I did with some very good friends. The watch for that was a design made by one of my friends. She just drew it and then made it into applique. It's a pocket watch for Alice in Wonderland. So that is my one watch that I know of on a quilt, but I love watches, love them, and I wear them all the time. The other thing is a quilt parade of your blocks, your pretzel blocks from last week. Let's take a look. Here are my blocks again, done with Paradise Park, red, white, and blue with a little splash of pink. Our first block from you is Charlene, and she said this is a directional print and it's tiny directional. So she said it was a little challenging at times to get them all going the same way. Christina is using my Promise Me. Oh, it looks so good. Can't wait to see how that goes along. Debbie's sewn in a row. We got it on her design wall, and we get to see another project she's working on. Those look cool. Elaine's is so pretty. That bottom left, that green, has got a gorgeous flower. You know, when you're working with the jelly roll, you're only going to see a portion of each fabric. It's like a little secret garden. So you're like, oh, I wonder what that whole fabric looks like. Hazel's is gorgeous on red. Oh my goodness. This is going to be so fun to see your blocks. Be sure you show them every week because we want to see them. Holly's is very, very pretty. She's got a great print. I can see like a gold, like a metallic on the bottom left and the top right. Jane's so pretty. She's got pinks and golds and burgundies. Jennifer, she's got hers all in a row. I see some bees in that third one, the light colored one. Oh, and the first one too. Got some bee fabric. Jill's block, she said she's using her stash. It's not a jelly roll, so she's cutting her own fabrics, and it looks fantastic. Kimberly's is so pretty. Love that little butterfly in the top block. Michelle has a teal background. Oh, look at this. This is amazing. With all of the off-white fabrics, that is what doing a dark background can help you with. If you want to use your light colored fabrics, use a dark background. Pamela's beautiful, beautiful fabrics. Can't wait to see this. Peaches and greens and turquoise. Pat's is gorgeous. Reds, blues, looks like some plum. I see some of my Paradise Park up above there. Get to see all her things on her design wall. Sarah's, now she is using a batik, a Tonga Treats batik. And then her background is a white on white with a daisy print. Wonderful. Sharon's, this is my sleepover fabric. Oh, and we get a peek of what's on her design wall, all quilted there. Well, what's behind her cutting table, rather. Look at her quilt there. Love it. Okay, I've got two bonuses for today. One is from Christine, and she finished the drawing room. Oh, the drawing room. She finished What's in Your Closet. What's in Your Closet. Isn't that amazing? And here's a close-up of her What's in Your Closet with her quilting. Look at this. So gorgeous. And then our other bonus is from Carrie, our ambassador Carrie, and she loves a very more pastel Christmas, so she's doing her Christmas all year. She's got pink gingerbread children. Look how darling they are. And then here they are with her quilt. Oh, Carrie, it is so fantastic. So fantastic. And she switched out a block there on the left for the pudding. So she put a flower block. I love it. Thank you everybody for sharing your blocks for the Block Wednesday. They are fantastic. I am so excited about the Quilt Along, the Block Wednesday. This is so fun with the jelly rolls, and your blocks are fantastic. So keep sharing them. So next week I can do a quilt parade of your flowers from this week's block. So nice. And don't forget to go visit Kendall at his YouTube channel. So I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.